Otherwise, how is your day so far?
Well, I just came back from work, so yeah, I'm ready to do this.
You're ready today.
Yes.
All right, okay. But nevertheless, I am so happy to see you again. And as I said on the Let's Talk It Out live, that I saw you on Instagram, and I saw your like actually. And then I responded from that, and then I started to read. That's how I get to meet up with new people. I get
Mm,
to read who is who doing what, okay, what can we get from this person, because I believe you once asked me what is Let's Talk It Out all about. Yes, it's about relationships, rebuilding relationships, and also giving um, solutions to every problem. Okay, but it doesn't end there. It's also to equip people out there. All right. So there was a time whereby I was doing various topics, okay? But then
mm,
Facebook limited me in a way, because they wanted only the because I there is that therapy at the end, let's talk about therapy. So it's all about like it's a therapist things, so they only specifically about that. Yet I wanted to make miscellaneous things, bringing
yes.
miscellaneous topics, like people, they need many other things out there. I'm all about equipping people, but nevertheless, my job, it is a therapist, I'm a divine therapist, and that's another line. And today I'm not about that. I'm about you, Mr. Mbata. Tell us, man, who is Mr. Mbata, and what is happening, about Mr. Mbata. There are many other
Well,
questions I'm going to ask, but I just need a brief
brief.
background of
Yes.
who are you?
Well, in brief, I can say for people who don't know me, my name
Mm,
is Eliam Pata, and originally I'm from Batley East in Eastern Cape. But
okay.
then I moved to Rustenburg when my parents moved. That's where I
Mm-hmm.
started doing poetry. And poetry to
Okay.
me, it was just a tool that I used as a therapy. I didn't even know that I'm writing poetry. I realized later that I'm actually good at this.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yes. So it started out like that. But professionally speaking, I'm a medical technician.
Mm-hmm. I saw
And
that.
yes, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm here in Cape Town because of work. That's me
Oh,
in brief,
okay.
yes.
Okay, okay. Now tell us, give us a brief background about your family. What kind of environment you grew up in, and what were the things that you can say they led you to be this writer that you are today?
Well, I'm a third child at home. I
Oh,
have three siblings,
mm-hmm.
and it's two girls and one brother. It's a younger brother,
Okay,
and yes, and we have a single mom. She was
okay,
married, but uh, a sad thing earlier on. I think I was about 3 years old. My father left
mm-hmm.
and he never came back. Like he left home and he never came back. So I
Okay,
think from that, the events that comes after, to be raised by a single mother, to grow up as a boy that needs the father and he's not there. Events like
mm,
that, they either build you or destroy
break
you.
you.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's one of the things that I can say they made me. Seeing my mom working so hard, to
Mm.
be both parents at the same time, and
Yeah.
we having to be like other children, you know,
Mm. Mm.
trying to make it in life and be better, even
Mm.
though our father is absent. So it's things like that that I can say they molded my character to be where I am today, because I always wanted to be a better man, to
Mm. Mm.
yeah, to be a better person, to be there for my kids. And
Yeah.
as I speak, I'm a married man.
Yeah.
I have a
I saw
younger.
your beautiful wife.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I wanted to do all the things that I couldn't get as a child. And I
Okay.
don't know the reasons behind why I had to be in the situation that I've been in as a child. So I
Mm.
just, for me, it motivated me to do better, because I
Okay.
felt the pain of not having uh,
Mm.
both parents, how it feels, and seeing how
Mm.
difficult it is for one parent to pull through with four children,
Yeah.
or even with one. So yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yes. So
Mm.
that
Mm. Mm.
built my
That has
character.
made you to be who you are today. Wow,
Yes.
it's a touching story, all right, and I believe with my viewers who were eager to get this video, of which they are going to get it because I'm videoizing it as we are speaking. So I will be loading it to Let's Talk It Out. All right.
Yes.
It's a touching story, and it's moving my heart in a way, because I'm also being raised by a single parent. But at least my father never ran away. He passed on. So with stories like this one, where you hear that a parent is still out there and is making no means of getting back to his own children. I mean, four of them, I mean, that's a way heavy. But okay, we're not about that, but it's good to know what has made you to become who you are today, because some people they take these things for granted as if they were going to happen. Yet our stories, our backgrounds are not the same. And tell us about Berkeley East, because I'm not well acquainted with the Berkeley East place. Where about in Eastern Cape? Yes, I've heard about it, but I'm not sure which line.
Yeah, it's a very small place. It's close to, if I would give you a landmark, it's close to Alwa North, Lady Grey, or
Okay,
Bloemfontein, or
I know
Mthatha.
Bloemfontein.
Yes,
Okay,
or Mthatha, or Ngobo. Those, it's in between those places. But it's a
okay.
very small place. Believe me, you would pass it within less than 30 minutes if you were to drive by.
Wow.
So it's a very small place that I grew up
Wow.
in. Yes.
Okay. Now, tell us about your book now, you being a poet. I don't know whether you have a company or what is this, because I saw the TEMS
Thames
poetry.
Poetry. Thames
So,
Poetry.
yes, tell us about that. What is it? Is it a company? Is it what?
Well, Thames Poetry is my brand. It's not a company, but it's it's a brand to me. It's my brand. It's something that inspires me to write. Because the
What does it
TE
mean, maybe?
is TEMS. It's my initials. But
Okay.
S, yeah, but S at the end is my father's surname. It's Babi. So
Oh, okay.
yes, but M is my mother's surname, which is the surname that we are using, which is Mpata. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yes, and T, the first alphabet, it's Tabang, and E is Elia, which is my name. Then
okay.
the last two alphabets is both my surname from my mother's side and my father's side. They both made me
Okay.
because I was both raised in on both sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Now tell me, if you're going to say Tabang, are you a Sutu guy?
I'm so to yes.
Also, your dad was Sutu.
My dad is so to yes.
Maybe he didn't enjoy the Barclay East, maybe. Let's put it that way. We don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. So I understand now because I thought it was a company or some sort.
No,
Okay, now I
it's
saw
a
you with
brand.
a book.
Yes, yes.
I saw you with a book written Behind the Mask.
The
And I
mask.
was like, my goodness, this is way too deep. And I'm a Scorpio person. A Scorpio person doesn't believe in shallow things. They go deeper than the deeper. Okay. So
Yes.
I felt it there that there is a hidden story that has got many shades in it. And I can't wait to interview this guy to hear all about this book of him. And it is a new released book as I saw it. You released it. You were launching it on the 3rd of March. July. Was it July or March?
No, actually, uh, behind the mask, it's a book that I'm working on at the moment.
Oh no.
So yes, the only book
Okay.
that is published is this one.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. The if the world only knew. Yes, I wrote
Yes,
that. It's just that
yes.
now my notes are not in their
No, no,
order,
no.
but it
It's
doesn't
fine.
matter.
I understand. This
Yes.
this this book that I am writing. You see, every time I write a book, uh, I must have something that motivates me to write more. Because
Okay.
poetry, it's not like writing a novel. When you write a novel, you create a story, and
Yes.
from the beginning you already know the ending. But in poetry, it's different, especially with me. I don't know with other poets. For me, I
Okay.
don't write because I want to write. I write because something inspires me to.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
normally comes an idea that just out of nowhere. Either it's
Okay.
either based on something that I've seen or something that I've experienced. Then I feel like people
Mm,
need to know about it. People can learn a
mm,
lot out of this, like that.
mm,
Or it's based on a feeling that I had, and I felt like if people are feeling the same way that I feel,
mm,
it's either they could go in a very uh, unpleasant uh, areas of life that I wouldn't want them to go, and I
mm,
want to
mm,
prevent that. Or if they feel in that way they can be successful, then I
mm.
write about it. So behind the mask, it's a next step for me to say, from if the world only knew. Behind the mask is one thing that I felt that people should actually go for. And I'm sure you're wondering, what is this behind the mask all about? I, I, I,
Yeah.
I, I had a picture of a person holding a mask,
Yeah, I
like
saw.
that. Yes.
Yes, yes.
So for me, that was not just a mask like a COVID-19 mask or anything like that. To me, it was a
Yeah.
matter of there are so many things that are clouding the the actual people of interest behind what we see outside, the people that
Mm,
we see on daily basis. For
mm,
example, in a society where there are acceptable sports, there are
mm,
acceptable careers, there are acceptable lifestyles, there are acceptable behaviors. A
mm, mm,
person fails to 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 do what they are really are. You know, they are scared to show themselves just
Yes, yes,
because
to come out.
yes, just because there are social standards that are acceptable, and this thing that they are is not known, and it's something that is not acceptable to the society, then they mask it. They close it by doing the things that are acceptable. And then
Okay.
that inhibits them from being successful. It inhibits them
Yes.
from being the best. It inhibits
Mm.
them from expanding their horizons. So it's
Yes.
it's it's that inspired me to feel
Okay.
like I need people to remove the mask, because you would see a person that you think this person has nothing to show off, and then you listen
Mm.
to them sing in the bathroom, and then you hear something different that you didn't expect. So
Yeah.
it's what I want to break with this book, that
Mm.
be
Mm.
who you are regardless of what the world
Mm.
says.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow, I love that. Be your authentic self, Yeah, you are so right when you are saying the world has become, we are living in a time whereby really people, or it is the social standards that is creating that in people, not to become themselves. Well, could you say maybe it is the way government is conducting things or what?
Well, I wouldn't say it's only, there are many factors. Uh,
Mm,
that included, there are many systems,
mm,
schools, the government, the church,
yeah.
like everywhere.
Any
There are so,
institution, you can say.
yeah, there are too many, there's too much noise that
Yeah,
is out there that inhibits you as a person to even hear your own voice.
yeah.
So that for me, I feel like we must get to that point of understanding the principle of life, that we can commit
Mm,
a crime as a group, but when
yes.
we are judged individually,
Well, yes.
because each person is going to be asked individually, but what did you do when they
Mm,
did
mm,
that? So at the end of the day, you each person must see themselves as an individual in a group
mm,
when they take lifestyle choices that pertains to themselves, because
yeah.
at the end of the day, when when the music goes down, it's always about you having
Mm,
to look back and do a self introspection. What have I done? Because it's a song that I've been singing the whole time, that
mm, mm,
the people that we come with, we don't go with. What am I trying to say? People that we went to school with, we don't go to different places with them after school. You
yeah.
understand? They
Yeah.
choose different careers. They go different ways. Why should we
Mm-hmm.
throw our personalities, our being? Why
Yes.
should we sell ourselves for people
Yes.
who will who will just leave us someday? So
Yeah. Yeah.
we need to teach ourselves that the only place we can change is ourselves, not the group. Because if we can
Yeah.
blame, for example, the church or the school or the government or our parents, then
Mm.
what are the chances that we are actually going to change anything?
Zilch. Nothing. Well, well said, Yeah, well said. But now I am going to limit you because of our time, and I'm watching my time for our viewers as well, because they have to use their own data and stuff. So I'll
Yes.
be straight now on the questions, and I believe as a poet, you understand very well they call it the language of doctors, it's different to a language of actors and poets, you know. So it's a jargon language. Yes,
It's
I
a
was looking
jargon,
for this
yes.
word. Yes. So yeah, I'm going to ask you as an author, you know, what literary pilgrimages have you gone on? The pilgrimages have you gone on? You know, I went to search, and because I'm not a poet, so I
Mm-hmm.
needed something that will be direct to
To what
exactly
I
what I'm
do.
all about today.
Yes. Well, different poets, if that's what you're asking, different poets are using, for example, that there's plus 50 types of poems. That's one. There's more than that. So when you write, you choose what type of a poem you want to write. But for me as an author, I write bio poems, which is poems that talk about me because I know myself better. If I if I were to explain something to someone, sometimes I do life stories that are based on what I've experienced. So it's bio
Okay.
poems, or I would do epigrams. Epigrams is very short poems that have a
Okay.
deeper
I'm
meaning.
listening. Mhm.
Yes, they are short, but you want to catch your audience attention,
Okay.
and at the same time you want them to get, you don't want to give them confusing information like a lot of details. You want to give them a very short information that has a lot of deeper meaning in it, and it can mean multiple things.
Okay.
I'll make an example of, it's a common poem. I don't know the author, but or let me not give you that one. Let me give you one of my poems. Uh, uh,
Exactly. You know,
yes,
we're all about you here.
yes. So it's a short poem. It's an epigram. Those are the type of poems I write. This one is called Exalted Toddler's Ardor. So
Mm.
here it goes. There comes dawn. His expression is spiral, so he falls. His expression is blood. It flows, full of emotions. On its stand, it goes viral, for better or worse. I'll
Wow.
repeat. There comes dawn. His motion is spiral. He
Mm.
falls. His expression is blood. It flows, full of emotions. On its stand, it goes viral, for better or worse.
Yeah.
A poem like that, it's short. When I say there comes dawn, you need to figure out what is dawn. But because the
Mm.
title says exalted toddler's ardor, because there is toddlers, dawn means the birth of a child. So there
Mm.
comes the birth of a child, the rise of a new person.
Mm.
His motion is spiral. When they are born, when they are still young, they make a lot of mistakes, so they fall,
Yeah.
and their
Mm.
expression is blood. So they normally cry when they are they cry when they express
Yeah.
their emotions. On their
Mm.
stand, they go viral. Whatever they learn, they do it more often. If they start to crawl, they crawl more often. If they start to learn a word, if they start to know the word mom, they would say mom only for more for more than once. They master what they learn first, and that is for better or worse. What do I mean by that? It's a very short poem, but what do we mean by this? It just means everything that a child learns when they are young, it can either make them better people when they are old or make them worse.
Wow. Wow. It sounds like a totally different story as you are narrating it now to us, you know. So yeah, it's a hidden How can I
Yes,
put it? It's a hidden story. You know, the way you have put it, it's way too deep to understand it. And even for grade 12s, if they can be given poems like these ones, I believe they can scratch their heads not knowing how to analyze it, you know. But yeah, I you way too deep, you know, you're not a shallow poet. That's one thing I must say, Mr. Mbata. You're way too deep. Okay, tell me, on your poems that you have written so far, which one that has made you to cry in a way, you know? You shed a tear when you were writing it, or maybe your emotions were too much in such a way that you almost felt the glasses in your eyes and stuff, you know?
there's a poem that says, "Hit me where it hurts."
Whoa.
Yeah,
I think it says it. You know, you don't need to explain. Hit me where it hurts. I mean, really now? Wow. Okay. Okay. Can you give us a little bit of a phrase from that poet, maybe, if you can still remember?
yeah, it says, "On this day came the truth I never knew, the truth about
Wow.
ruthless deeds one is to endure. To skullcrackers, my head, my brain feels your methodology. I've learned, though not to adore. Hit me where it hurts, I won't cry. Peel my skin, it hurts, I won't
Mm,
scream. Drag my
wow.
name to the mud, I promise I won't go mad. I was
Mm,
born without a name, I can breathe in its absence. You can take it, I will still breathe. All the fortunes
wow.
of this world I came without, I can live without."
Wow. Whoa. You know, I get to understand when you said you are this poet that writes bio poems and epigrams, you know, but more especially where you say bio poems, you know, because now I get to relate to what you have told us about your biography relating to your dad, to your story there. You know, really, it's like, here I am, I have nothing to lose. Whatever that you do, it won't hurt me because I've come far. Wow. Okay. Okay, I can understand. You are so deep, eh? I don't know whether you are a Cancerian or what, but you way too deep. Hey, Okay, now tell me, in this industry, remember I said you're going to share the professionalism side of this industry. Some people, they don't know which doors to knock. You will find that we are having young poets and whom do not have people to guide them to in a way whereby you can say to mentor them. They don't have a person that can do that. And you will find maybe in order to do that type of thing, you need to go to a faraway place and pay some huge monies and stuff.
Yeah.
Where did you learn? Okay, fine. You said it that you started to write and you didn't know that you've got the gift. But was it polished somewhere or you did it on your own?
Oh, yeah. Well, for me, I noticed that it is a gift when I was in college because
Okay.
my English lecturer had seen some of my pieces of work, and for me it was just the stuff that I've written, and I left them in class by mistake, and she saw them, and
Mm,
she called me later on to say, "Man, this can actually change your life. You need to work on this. You can improve in this." So because she was my English teacher, she gave me English notes to say, read more poetry books. That's how it polished me to become
Okay.
the
Okay.
better poet, the better writer in
Mhm.
poetry. But it takes quite some time to learn the way of writing. But other than that, poetry gives you a freedom to write in your own style. You can learn different types of poems. I said there are more than 50, like
Okay.
different types of poems. But when you are done, write your own, because now you know them. Write the ones that you feel like, okay, this is my style, this is me,
Okay.
and you don't
Okay.
need to go to university for that. And the
Okay.
advantage about it is, once you get your poetry right, because you can either learn it from the libraries, those different types of poems.
Mm.
Once you get to master one of them,
Mm.
it becomes your brand, it becomes your style. And once you master it,
Wow.
you can be a professional out of it, because you master that one art, something that you are good at. It's
Mm.
not that you fake, you chose something that you are actually good at. So
Mm.
you actually do better than someone who studied them all, because they don't master
Wow.
them. They know them all, but they don't master any of them. So that's that's
Whoa.
the advantage of poetry. It's art, it's creativity, it's something that just comes when you.
Naturally.
Yes. So
Okay.
the opportunities that are there is that you don't have to be a stage poet if
Mm.
you're not confident enough to stand in front of people. You can write your work and look for publishers. Publishers, it's tough normally for poets to publish their work, I must say. But
Okay. I was gonna come to that. That tell me, on this side of publishing your work, where do you begin and where do you end? Let's say
okay,
I'm a new person and here I am with I've written my poems by pen or maybe type them. Then where do I know what steps should I take?
in my experience, there are two ways a
Mm.
person can go. One, you can go and look in your area. There are normally newspapers where you can showcase your work until there is a publishing company that likes, or you monitor how people respond to your work. If
Okay.
they like your work, you can take it to any publisher, either to a close by town, or if you're in Cape Town, there are a lot of publishers in Cape Town. But it's a matter of, are they going to accept or not accept? If they don't accept, check why don't they accept my work, and then improve on that. And then that's what's going to take you to the next level. But
Okay.
there is one way that, whether you are good or you are not good, your work is going to get published. It's when you pay for your work. When you do self-publishing, you write your book, you get someone who will edit your work and then publish it. There are many self-publishing companies. One that I can recommend is Multi Marketing Publishing Company. It's in Durban, but it does help you throughout the process, from
Okay.
from your manuscript editing, uh, book launch and distribution. It assists you, but the only thing you must be prepared to do is the cost, that so you must budget for it. But it
Okay.
doesn't cost.
So say plus minus what maybe.
The whole process can cost you up to 6,000. So
Okay.
I mean, if it's 3,000, 3,000, if you save it like that,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
not that bad to publish a book. And with
Mm.
both of my books, I have two books. There's a
Yes.
train coming, and this one, if the world only knew. Both
Mm.
of them, I did them with self-publishing, and it all happened. So it's possible to get it like that. And now it's going to be far easier for me to approach any traditional publisher to say, here are my books. Look at them and tell me if you can publish my next book.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Mr. Mbata, I think I've got most of the things that I needed to hear, even though I am very far from my questions. Yeah, but because of time, I'm going to allow only this time to give us. Um, would you give us a place where we can buy your books? Where can we get them?
Okay. At the moment, my books are available at multi-marketing publishers, and
Okay.
in Cape Town, I'm the only person that has the books. But my publishing company is working on a process of distributing them with bargain books. So
Okay. That's
around,
nice.
yes, around say March to June or April to June, probably by then they will be nationally.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
But it's not that they are not available.
Uh,
Is it possible to say, for instance, if people can email you and to request a book from you, maybe where can they reach
yeah,
you?
they can get a copy by me. My email address is mpataelia@gmail.com.
Okay, all right. So anyone who wants a book, or can they also, if they need, let's say maybe a someone that can mentor or guide them, is it possible to speak to you up based on those lines, or it's only strictly uh, about the buying of a book?
Well, it can. I can advise a person, but I can't say I'm a specialist on mentoring them. But I can advise anyone who would want to know how did I get to this level that I
Mm.
am today. Like I am open to assisting anyone who's willing to to ask and you know and be
I'm the
at the
first
same
one
level
in
that I
line
am.
because I'm busy writing a novel. So I don't know anything. I'm also not clued up, but we'll talk aside when I have time. But I think I'm already finished. But I did performing arts in another college, and for 2 years, and I did creative writing. So at least I'm not that um,
Uh, I
blind,
understand.
in terms of the type of things. But poems wasn't on that side. It's all about creating a story, making a drama, creating a drama story, and all of that. So I'm good on that side. But I know that there are many other people from PE that were very interested to hear about this topic of today. And I'm so happy that we finally got to meet each other. And, we will see one another. I will invite you because you're not very far, as I heard you. So we will definitely meet, and you will come to where I am, and we can sit down and speak.
Thank you
Um,
for having me.
I thank you so much. Now, I was looking behind you. There is this picture of this bull. Does it speak anything to you? Because it's a work of art on its own. So I believe it does have something.
Well, for me, everything has a meaning, but this picture behind me, it's just there because I'm a man in this house, and it kind of
You're the bull in his own kraal.
yeah. So it kind of reminds me that I need to be strong carry my
Okay.
family to where I need to go. So yes.
Wow. Nice one. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Elia. And I believe whenever I need you, I will be chatting with you non-stop from now on. If there are people coming in from Let's Talk It Out who wants to know, I will just refer them to you by your permission, though, because you do have an 8 to 5 job, as you have said, you are on the medical side. So
Yes, I come late at 7. So yeah.
yeah. So
Um,
thank you so much, and may the Lord keep you and your family strong, and may your book, be sold everywhere. Because my wish is for it to go internationally. I once spoke on Let's Talk It Out with Mr. Taye Uhuru, and he is he's like a tour guide. Ne? He's from, where is this now? This place in America now. Oh God, I tend to forget this name, but it's where is this place now? Because I know that you will be knowing it too. But nevertheless, you know what? He's a genealogist, okay? But what also fascinated me was that he never went to any college for it, okay? He is busy referring people from America back to Africa, where they originate. So it was quite fascinating. So I'm still talking with him, but he is going around the world, taking
yes.
other people from America to see that there is Africa, because what they are given there, it is some false story, because the media, everything is every authority, okay, places in America, it's only whites that is dominating. So whatever that they will be getting, they don't get the right thing. They get a false thing. They never knew that there was Africa, up until such a time whereby, I don't know, by some chance they got to know and understand that there is Africa. There are people in Africa, because they were told that there are no Africans in Africa. It's just jungle, which is why some Americans, they still think that there is no people in Africa, and they don't understand that it's a beautiful place, like they are placed there. But anyways, we'll see one another. Thank you so much, Say. All the blessings to your
Thanks a lot.
family. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.